Washer on my Whirlpool thin twin will not start cycle. Has filled with water with laundry in it and will not continue with cycle. Have already run through the normal checks. The dryer is running fine in the same unit.
Hello, I'm David. I'll be helping you solve your problem. If you manually advance the washer to the spin cycle, will it drain and spin?
No.
Okay, the first thing to check is the lid switch. If you lift the washer lid, on the right side you will see an oval-shaped hole. That hole allows the lid switch actuator, plastic piece attached to the lid itself, to activate the lid switch. This tells the machine the lid is closed and it's okay to proceed. If you slowly open and close the lid, you should hear a slight click every time. Do you hear that click?
Checking. No click when opening or closing. Had set in spin cycle and nothing happened. I can reach under the switch and moved it around and nothing happened.
Okay, there's a pretty good chance that switch is faulty. Is this something you'd like to attempt to repair yourself? If so, you'll need some basic tools, including a Phillips screwdriver and 5/16 and 1/4 socket.
Yes, I can fix if I get the part to do so. What is the secret to getting the washer top off to get at the switch, or is there another way?
Okay, to access the switch, first unplug the machine. Remove the diagonal panel between the washer and dryer. Should be 2 screws that hold that panel in place. Remove those screws, then tilt the top of the panel towards you and pull it out. Then you can get access to the screws that hold the washer top in place. At the rear of the washer top panel are 2 screws and brackets that hold the top panel in place. They are hard to see unless you get your head all the way in there under the dryer. The brackets are about 2 inches from each side at the rear of the top panel. They are held in place by 5/16 or 1/4 screw. Once those screws are out, you can slide the top panel forward a bit to release it, then lift it up. Only lift it a little because you'll need to unplug the lid switch harness before you completely remove the panel. The lid switch harness plug is at the right front, just under the top panel. Unplug it, then remove the whole top panel. Now the switch can be replaced from the bottom of the top panel. Switch harness plug is number 6 on this diagram. http://c.searspartsdirect.com/lease_png/lease_pldm/0200021900006.png. The lid switch is number 22 on this diagram. http://c.searspartsdirect.com/lease_png/pldm/0200021900007.png. The original switch part number is XXXXX Tata, a direct replacement. But there are a lot of other little pieces associated with it. In the field, we replace the original switch with a part number 285,671. It's a newer style and attaches with the same screws, but the wires need to be spliced in. In my opinion, that's a simpler way to do, so you don't have to worry about all the little parts from the original, which tend to fall all over the place and go back together like a puzzle. You can that switch here. http://www.repairclinic.com/part details/lid switch assembly/285671/2927. Or the original, http://www.repairclinic.com/part details/door switch/279347/3406. To verify 100% that the switch is problem, you can test it with an ohm meter.
Okay, have removed the panel. By the way, is there some way to drain the water from the washer as the tub is full? I have to get my other toolbox, so I will be a minute. Not sure about the brackets. Are they horizontal and look like a crossbar, one on bottom and one on top? Doesn't look like that will clear the washer top to move anywhere, but let me loosen it and I will be back.
The only way to drain the machine would be to actually remove a hose. That will be a huge mess. Once you get the switch fixed, it will drain. The brackets I'm talking about aren't the cross braces. They are two little brackets, one at each side of the rear of the top panel. The screws go down into the body of the washer. Bracket is number 9 on this diagram. http://c.searsparts.direct.com/lease_png/0200021900007.png. The top panel slides forward.
Okay, got the top panel off, and see the switch. Where is the disconnect?
The plug is number 6 on this diagram. http://c.searsparts.direct.com/lease_png/0200021900006.png. Lift the top panel a bit to get to it. Lift not life.
Okay, I have the switch and see that it has 2 wire connections. Do I just disconnect those and get a new switch? And do you know what this part #XXXXXB? Again, is there some way to drain the tub of water that is in it?
The original switch part number is XXXXX Tata, a direct replacement. But there are a lot of other little pieces associated with it. In the field, we replaced the original switch with a part number 285,671. It's a newer style and attaches with the same screws, but the wires need to be spliced in. In my opinion, that's a simpler way to do, so you don't have to worry about all the little parts from the original, which tend to fall all over the place and go back together like a puzzle.
You can that switch here. http://www.repairclinic.com/part details/lid switch assembly/2856771/2927. Or the original, http://www.repairclinic.com/part details/door switch/279347/3406. The
only way to drain the tub is to pull off a hose, or replace the switch.
Okay, now I just need to find that part if available somewhere local so I can get this cleaned up tomorrow. I check around to local appliance part houses and maybe I will get lucky.
If you want a direct replacement like the original, you can pick up a switch like that anywhere. It's a standard switch, sometimes called a 163 cherry switch.
Do you shrink wrap the splices, and what wires get spliced? The ones running from the switch or the harness?
If you use the new style replacement, 285,671, you cut the plug off the new switch, leaving at least 10 inches of wires. Strip the ends about 1/4 inch. Unplug the wires from the faulty switch, cut off the terminals. Strip those wires about 1/4 inch. Twist the new switch wires to the old wires. Secure the connection with a wire nut or other connector. Wrap the connection in electrical tape. Be sure to use wires nuts or some other type of crimp connector, do not just tape the connection. Screw the new switch in place. Secure the excess wire with a zip tie and make sure it's neat and will not fall down.
Thanks, David. The first think we got her done. You were a great help.
Full-size image. You're welcome. Thank you.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert, now visit justanswer.com/YTHI.